Sulfuric acid and malonic acid are both dibasic acids. We will study what dibasic means. Don't worry right now. 1 mole of dibasic. Okay, so they're giving you a few details here which you really don't know right now, don't need to know right now for this question. Malonic acid is a white crystalline solid which is soluble in water. It melts at 135. So we know this information. It's in the books. It's in Google. We know that it needs to melt, or its melting point is 135. The structural formula is given. Okay, not important right here. How could you determine if a sample of malonic acid is pure? So you have this piece of information from Google, from the internet, from books. It doesn't matter, but you have this piece of information and someone gave you a sample of this white crystalline substance. Okay, it's white crystalline. That's all you can see here. And this person said, oh, this thing is malonic acid. And you're like, well, I want to confirm that it's malonic acid. How can you confirm? How can you make sure? How can you determine that this person it was honest and this thing is really malonic acid? What you can do is go to the lab and heat it until melting point and have a thermometer inserted right here and see what the melting point is. If it is 135, then yes, this person is right and this thing is malonic acid. Oh, it's actually saying, how do you determine if it's pure? So if it's exactly 135, then this person is right and this thing is absolutely pure, 100% malonic acid, no impurities. But if it's less than 135, if it's maybe 134, 133, 132, or maybe it's melting in a range, so it starts melting at 130 and then it stops melting at 134, it has a range, then it's impure. So what's your technique? Like, what are you going to measure? What are you going to test? You're going to test the melting point. You're going to measure the melting point. That's exactly what you will do. You will go to the lab, put this thing in a suitable container, probably a crucible or something, insert a thermometer, put this thing on a Bunsen burner. All right, make sure you're safe and measure the melting point. Okay, why did I say melting point? Because you have this information. Plus, it's a solid, so boiling point is way too far. Result if pure. If it's pure, it will melt exactly at 135 degrees. I want you to write exactly right here. Exactly at 135 degrees.